Well, good Sunday morning to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome you to my home, The Sticks. Hope everybody's having a show enough good Sunday and everybody's having a good weekend. But over here in East Central Mississippi, it's been raining on and off. That's okay. We can use the rain. Before we get started on today's video, I always like to mention that if you are new to the channel, I sure enough want to welcome you. And if you returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. But what I want to share with you and y'all today is, I'm going to show you how I made this. Give me a second, and that's what we finna do. Dan, what in the far was that? I love feeding the hummingbirds over here at my home place. They come in somewhere around, I think, March maybe, and then they leave around November to migrate south or wherever they migrate. But I have a few hummingbirds over here. What I have seen in the past is the hummingbird feeders, of course, have sugar water in them. The ants like to get into the sugar water, thus spoiling the sugar water. And the hummingbirds, I guess they don't like ants, so they don't come around the hummingbird feeders. So what that is a ant moat, or I call it something to catch ants so they don't get to the sugar water. So today I'm going to show you how I made that ant moat. It's pretty simple, do-it-yourself project. Anybody can do it. You can get as elaborate or plain as you want to get with it. I like doing it the plain way. Let me show you what you're going to need to make the ant moat. You're just going to need a soda pop bottle, hot glue gun. The main thing, you're going to need a hanger and just some tools to cut the hanger with and bend the hanger. If you have access to the thick hangers, I would suggest using those. These are just the flimsy hangers you get from the laundromat if you get your clothes done or cleaned. These hangers are hard to come by for me because it's hard to find metal hangers. Plastic hangers is all you can find. But that's all you're gonna need. Let's get down to doing it, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make one of these ant moats. First thing we wanna do is we wanna cut this hanger, and it's basically up to you as to how far or how long you want this thing to be. All I do is basically just cut it in half. You can tell how flimsy these hangers are. See how flimsy they are? But these really aren't. These are a little bit more stout. Hanger wise, that's what you need. As far as this soda pop bottle, all we're going to do is make a cut right about here. There's an edge right here, so all we're going to do is make us a cut and use a pair of scissors and go all the way around it. Here's our cut, here's our scissors. I'm just going to cut around it. That's what you should be left with. I also need to mention that you need a drill and some drill bits. This is a 5/64 drill bit. Dan, why are you using this size drill bit? Well, this drill bit is roughly almost a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than the size of this coat hanger. The key behind it is to use a bit that's just a tad bit smaller than the diameter of the coat hanger that you're using. So let's get to finishing this little project. Here is our cap. We want to drill a hole in the center of this cap if we can. I don't know if you can see it, but right here in the center there's actually a little dot. I guess when they were manufacturing these things, I don't know, but there's a little dot and it makes a good reference for drilling. On the soda pop bottle itself, remember this, don't get rid of it, we're going to use it later. So let's get to drilling this hole. Here's our hole. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of coat hanger, run it through there. You see how it was a little hard to run it in there? Just makes this cling to this. Alright, that's what it's going to look like. Put this cap somewhere probably middle ways, but it's up to you. You do it however you choose to do it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to screw our top onto the lid, and it's going to look something like that. Next thing we need to do, let's go and apply some hot glue to the inside of this cap. Here's our glue gun right here. All we're going to do is apply glue to the inside of the cap. What I normally do is just squirt the glue in there and just roll this guy around. And the reason why we're doing this is, for one, we want the hanger to stay in place and 2, the hot glue is going to seal the hole that was made to actually put the hanger through. You can go all the way up with the hot glue. I don't. I just use maybe a stick and a half of hot glue. Now I'm using the smaller sticks. These, I want to say these are the 8mm glue sticks. Dan, how is that thing going to be straight up and down? Well, let's use your little other half of your soda pop bottle. And if you so choose to, you can get you a piece of cardboard and punch a little hole in it. Slide it over this coat hanger like that to where it kind of stays centered. You can do it like that if you want to. I myself, I don't. I just kind of eyeball it and see how it's looking. Because this is a do-it-yourself project. So what if it's not straight? It'll be okay. So that's what it's looking like. So we're gonna let this hot glue dry. I'll turn the camera back on and then we'll rock on with it. So it's been about 10 minutes and this hot glue is pretty much dry. Next thing we need to do is we need to bend some hooks to accept this guy right here. The hook that's gonna be underneath this moat, the hook is gonna be the size of whatever size your feeder is. This is kind of wide, so I'm gonna have to make this hook a sweeping hook, if you will. Kind of like that. Something like that, maybe. Let's see. Perfect. We'll make us another bend at the top. I'm gonna call that done. Last step, let's go set it up and see what it look like. Here's our hummingbird feeder. Oh wow, look at there. Got some hummingbirds too. Here's our moat that we just made. We got it hanging on the hanger. The only thing we got to do now is let's put some water in that joker and see how our hot glue job did. I don't see any leaks. Cool. Well, there you have it. If you are a hummingbird lover such as myself, or any kind of bird that drinks from a feeder, quick do-it-yourself way to keep the ants out of the sugar water or whatever it is that you have in the feeder. So again, I hope everybody's having a show enough good Sunday, and I hope everybody's being safe amid this crisis we still have going on. If you like this video, go and give it a thumbs up, they help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home to Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come on over here, give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff like building ant moats for hummingbird feeders. With that being said, you know it's coming. Dan Referee showing off. Always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. You showing enough get your shine on, it's important. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.